Hello gentlemen, my name is Piotr Grotnik from Men's Improvement, and a few days ago I made a poll on my YouTube community tab if you wanted to see a video on this channel where I go through numbers in different categories from last year that I have accumulated. So basically this video is going to be my year 2021 in numbers. And what this means, I have written a lot of numbers every single day throughout 2021, and I have accumulated those into a grand total of a big number. These numbers are health related, fitness related, financially related, and lifestyle related. So this is going to be a very interesting video. I wanted to do this video mainly because I have seen YouTubers like Graham Stephan and Andre Chick about how much money they had accumulated in the last year, and that motivated me to try to become monetized on YouTube to grow Men's Improvement as a business sometime soon and in the future. And I just can't wait for this channel to grow and for you gentlemen to learn a little bit more about me and generally become the best possible version of yourself. So to kick off this video, I'm going to start with the most significant and my most important category, which is the amount of money I have earned last year. Just a little disclaimer, I live in Denmark where the currency is Danish kroner, but to make more people understand numbers, I have converted every single financially important number to American dollars so more people can relate and understand the numbers. So how much money have I earned last year? I have earned a grand total of $26,597.19. This number I'm pretty happy about, and I was actually very surprised about this number because last year I only earned 75,000 Danish kroner, and this year I earned 173,000 Danish kroner, hence this number being much higher than I expected. And this motivates me a lot to just keep going, earning more money and getting Men's Improvement monetized here on YouTube so I can become a full-time YouTuber one day and to get myself the permanent job of being the guy who makes you, the viewer, the best possible version of yourself. And this number isn't anything special for you guys maybe because, as I mentioned, YouTubers like Andre Chick and Graham Stephan have earned maybe $2.5 million last year, and total amount of money I've earned last year they have earned with a single video. So for you guys this might not be the most interesting thing in the world, but for me this is a huge motivation to get these numbers as these other huge YouTubers have accumulated. So that was quite interesting to see how much money I've earned. And I've actually earned a little bit more than that because here in Denmark we have something called Pant. And that is basically recycling bottles and drinking cans to give something back to the consumer and give something back to the nature to recycle these bottles that have been used. And from that, my girlfriend and I have earned a grand total of $268.69. So that's one of my favorite things in Denmark because where I come from Poland, this recycling system only exists in one city. To have a income of some sort like this, it's amazing because it is tax-free. It's just a second form of income, and I think that it's pretty cool. Actually, some people look down on it because you're taking bottles and just putting them in another trash can where they get recycled instead of thrown out. But I think it's pretty amazing. You're doing something good for the nature and you're getting something back from it. So I generally love this recycling idea, and I'm going to continue it no matter how rich or how poor I'm ever going to get, because this is not only saving the environment, but you're getting some sort of money back for it. So I think it's pretty amazing. So I'm finally going to talk about how much money I've spent on something, and I've spent a grand total of $373.86 on supplements, protein bars, protein shakes, and generally stuff for the gym and fitness. This is a little bit interesting because I thought that I have used a lot more because I am in love with protein bars and I just love investing in my health, in my well-being, in my nutrition, because for every year I want to improve my nutrition a little bit. And to consider how many protein bars I've eaten this year, I thought that this number was going to be higher. But again, it's great to not use too much money on supplements because at the end of the day, supplements are something to supply your main nutrition with. And let me tell you, I have used more money on food than I expected because the next category is food and drinks. I have used a grand total of $3,340.55 on food and drinks. And taking into consideration that my girlfriend and I have a shared food and drinks account where we pay for our food, pay for our drinks, and sometimes I pay for the food, sometimes she pays for the food. This number is pretty high actually, because I have also realized that I have eaten a lot of food last year, and I just want to think about my habits in terms of food and drinks, how much I eat, how much of that food I eat is healthy or not. I'm going to take into consideration how much money I use on food and what kind of food I'm eating for that money. The next category is how much money I've spent on energy drinks. And energy drinks are a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm drinking some G Fuel with some creatine right here. I really don't like coffee. Instead of coffee, I drink energy drinks to get some sort of caffeine. If it is before training, if it is while I'm working, if it is while I'm recording or editing, I drink caffeine on nearly a daily basis. So my grand total for energy drinks have been $525.19. I have also divided that $525.19 into 365. So in total, I would have bought a small energy drink every day. I think that is a pretty fair number, to be honest. Next category is clothing and jewelry, and it was higher than I expected actually. It was $973.38. After all, I'm trying to become a fashion and lifestyle influencer, so it's kind of my future job to actually look good and invest in my looks. But to see that it is below $1,000, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Money spent on electronics, $795.06. So since I moved in with my girlfriend, I've used some money on electronics, for example these Philips Hue light bulbs and some Google Home speakers. So I think $795 is reasonable, and some of these technological devices that we have in our day and age are pretty awesome, I can't lie. Money spent on overall body care, and that is skincare, body care, hair care, fragrances, haircuts, and overall treatments, and that is a grand total of $2,048.43. I knew that this number was going to be high because let's talk about my fragrance collection. I went from having 3 fragrances to a little bit over 25 fragrances. I go to the barber shop once a month to get my hair done, and I've also spent a lot of money on different products that I'm reviewing, trying, and just using to look good and feel good. So this number, even though it's high, I knew that it was going to be high because I have a guilty pleasure with collecting and buying fragrances, which I have toned down a little bit on. But again, I'm doing fragrance reviews and doing skincare videos, doing skincare reviews. I didn't expect much, and I'm actually pretty happy that it's not so high that I've become bankrupt, because I love buying stuff for my body because I'm obsessed with looking good. Money spent on gaming. Believe it or not, I love to play video games. So whenever I have time, when I'm not occupied by working or working on videos and editing them, I like to play a few games with either my friends, myself, or with my girlfriend. And the total of money spent on gaming in 2021 was $69.12. I've bought FIFA 22, Fall Guys, and I've bought a few DLCs for Fortnite whenever I played that. So $69, nothing serious. It's reasonable. Money spent on going out and doing something. That could be a date with my girlfriend where we go out for some bowling. It could be a night out with the boys. It could be anything that isn't food, because that goes into the food and drinks category. But generally, bowling is one of my favorite activities. I love bowling, just to name a few activities, and a grand total of $158.83 I've spent on going out and doing stuff. That isn't a lot actually. I've only went out for bowling once with my girlfriend and once with the boys. So that isn't a high number because I haven't been doing much else than working and doing this YouTube and Instagram and TikTok stuff. So I'm not surprised at all for this lower number. Money spent on business equipment and expenses. A grand total of $3,946.10. So the number is pretty significant because of this beast of a MacBook that I received in December, which cost me 25,000 kroner, which was approximately $3,800. And if you haven't watched my unboxing of it, it will be up here in the corner. And the last amount of money that accumulated into the grand total was of a Instagram promotion that I bought for like $10 or something. So the number, even though it's pretty high, I expect it to be even higher this year in 2022, because I want to invest in this YouTube channel in men's improvement in general, because I want this to grow as big as possible. Next up is money spent on transport, fuel and travel, and that was $835.44. I have been to Poland once to visit my dad and show my home country to my girlfriend, taking the bus every morning to work, and I've also paid for some gas if one of my friends is driving me somewhere. So $835 isn't too bad. I'm not too worried about that number, and I think that is pretty normal, because I know people that use 3 times more money as I do on fuel. Money spent on alcohol, I used $20.42. I don't drink often. I think the only time I got a drink was once with my girlfriend, and maybe even once where I went out with the boys to get a beer or something. So I'm not drinking a lot of alcohol because it is not good for your health generally, and I don't typically enjoy drinking, only if I'm doing it with either my girlfriend, which we don't do a lot at all, or with the boys. So really, $20, reasonable number, and it was as low as I wanted it to be. Money spent on accessories, $216.39. So accessories is going to be in the clothing and jewelry category, because it is technically just some pair of glasses and maybe even something else. So $216.39, reasonable, but that category isn't going to be in this year's counting because it is basically in the same category as clothing and jewelry. Money spent on house articles, $779.89. As I told you, I moved out, I needed some furniture, something to decorate this apartment with, so it makes sense why I've used almost $800 this category. I'm not worried at all, and I'm probably going to use even more because I'm moving yet again with my girlfriend in April, so we're going to use some cash for some new furniture and some decorations as well. And the last category that talks about money, and that is money spent on the stock market. I've spent a grand total of $1,111.32. And actually I've made a profit of $175.05. If you want to know more about my investments and what I'm planning to do, comment down below. But generally, one of my goals for 2021 was to begin investing in the stock market, and I think that I've done a pretty good job. My first year in the stock market has become a success with a profit of $175. Pretty happy with that, and I'm probably going to invest the same amount, if not a little bit more, this year. This category is huge. I have not expected it to be this high, and I'm aiming to have an even higher number this year. Steps taken in 2021. Get this, I've walked a grand total of 3,540,278 steps. Approximately, because I'm tracking my steps with my phone and my Apple Watch that I don't have on right now. But this number will always be approximate because these trackers don't count your overall steps, because they can't track every single step, but they will track the approximate amount of steps. And 3.5 million steps, I think, is pretty impressive. Another interesting category is calories consumed. I've consumed a whopping 931,177 calories, and on average that is 2,551 calories a day. I have realized I've been eating a little bit more than I should some days and generally the last year, and I want to cut down on some of the fast foods that I have been eating, because I advise you guys to not eat unhealthy food, and I can eat unhealthy food if I recommend you guys not to do that. So I want to cut down a little bit on the unhealthy foods that I have been eating and generally eat lower amounts of food, because 2,500 calories a day is a little bit higher than I want it to be. I want to be around 2,000 to 2,250 calories, because that is my maintenance calories. And I have also realized that I have put on 7 kilos of weight throughout the year. So I have gained a little bit of weight, both positively and negatively. Some of it is fat, some of it is muscle. So I'm not really complaining, but I need to watch how much I'm eating this year. Calories burned. I've burned a whopping 216,682 calories last year, and that is an average of 593.64 calories a day. I want to burn even more calories to become a little bit more shredded. I want to lose the fat that I have here and generally be more fit, more handsome, and generally stronger. So I need to exercise a little bit more, I guess. Another interesting category is time spent training and overall exercise. 61 hours and 7 minutes. That is 108 hours less exercise than I did last year. But I understand why. Last year I was boxing, I was very serious about it, and this year I was more serious about YouTube and working and getting money. So I understand why I have exercised a lot less than last year, but it isn't an excuse. I need to exercise almost daily just to be healthy and be the best version of myself. So one of my goals is to work harder and work more often in the gym, running, stretching, just becoming the most athletic version of myself. And I also have a Road to Pro Athlete series for a reason. I want to become as good as I possibly can be. And the last category, gentlemen, that is how much water I have consumed. And that is almost 700 liters. I've consumed a grand total of 699.65 liters. And on average, that is 1.9 liters a day. I think that is reasonable. I'm telling you guys to drink almost 2 liters of water every day. So I think that it is okay for me to just miss that 2 liter mark. So, gentlemen, tell me what you think about my numbers of last year. I'm both positively and negatively surprised about some of these numbers. For example, the income, I'm positively surprised that it is a lot more than I've earned last year, and I'm motivated to earn even more from watching the other YouTubers like Andre Chick and Graham Stephan. And I'm going to cut down on some of the calories that I've been eating, because I need to eat a little bit less but a little bit more healthy to become leaner, become stronger, and become the best possible version of myself. This is a new year, new possibility to improve in every criteria of your life. And men's improvement, I am here to help you with that. If you're interested in becoming the best version of yourself, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Comment down below what you think, and if you have done the same, I would love to know if you have some data that I could reflect on. If you want more videos like this, maybe some finance videos, maybe some more data videos, comment down below and hit the like button. And also don't forget to look at my community tab and vote for the videos that you want to have a look at, because I'm asking you every single week, every single month, what you would like to see, so you get the best viewing experience as a subscriber of this channel. And of course, gentlemen, I wish you the best of luck of becoming the best version of yourself in 2022. And as always, gentlemen, smile more, it's free.